Welcome to One-on-One with Expert Flyer. I'm your host, Lisa Caslin, and we have a special guest today, Frank Smith, who is the Director of Tourism for the beautiful county of Putnam in New York. Welcome, Frank.
Hey, thank you for having me, Lisa. It's great to be here.
You got it. Hey, from time to time, we like to do little segments on short getaways, right? And there's tons and tons of people, obviously, in the tri-state area, and they're always looking for little hop, skip, and a jump places to go for a 3-day weekend, whatnot. So we thought, gee, Putnam County is only an hour and change away. And so there's so much history here, and not many people really know about it. And you have so much history, in fact, that Fireball Run took notice and is going to be doing a show in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, so the Fireball Run is in its 10th season of production. Putnam County couldn't be happier that we're a pit stop along their journey this year. So they'll be starting way up near Buffalo and winding themselves through about 2,000 miles, hitting 8 different destinations, and Putnam is going to be one of them. We're going to have some live filming taking place on Friday, September 30th and Saturday, October 1st, down on Route 6N in Mayapack, near the Restaurant Row area, if you're familiar. And we're going to be doing a couple other events in conjunction with the Italian American Club of Mayapack. They have their evening at the Piazza on Friday night, and then their Columbus Day Parade is going to be on Saturday. And then after the Columbus Day Parade, we have the annual Mayapack Street Fair, which is hosted by the Greater Mayapack Carmel Chamber of Commerce. So it's going to be a really action-packed weekend. We're really looking forward to it.
Too much. All right. So they took interest because of, the various historical landmarks and whatnot in Putnam. And I know you can't divulge the various pit stops, but can you tell us some places that, history lovers might want to check out if they visit Putnam?
Absolutely. I always like to say that history and culture is one of our strongest assets here in Putnam. We're super small in geographic area, but there are a ton of must-see destinations. So the first one that I always recommend, the Boscobel House and Gardens in Garrison. It's a wonderful example of federal-style architecture, and it's also home to the famed Hudson Valley Shakespeare Festival. Just down the road, there's also Manitoga. That's the home and studio of the mid-century designer Russell Wright. Also, in the town of Kent, there's the Chuan Yen Buddhist Monastery. That's actually home to the largest Buddha statue in the Western Hemisphere, right here in the town of Kent, which is...
I know, crazy.
Yeah. And the Putnam History Museum, they're in Cold Spring. They're located on part of the property that was once the West Point Foundry. They actually just opened up an awesome exhibit with a parrot gun. That was a type of armament that was made at the West Point Foundry. They have a big one. It's the 20-pounder, I believe, if I'm remembering right. The display is open, and it's super cool. It's a lot of local history, and it really goes to show that even though we're small, we are just a hop, skip, and a jump from Manhattan. We're easy to get to on the train, and we have plenty of stuff to do from both sides of the county.
All right, cool. So for action seekers, outdoor lovers, there's a plethora, right? Hiking, biking, rowboating. Yeah. Talk about that.
So, we take immense pride in the open spaces we have here in Putnam. Our slogan is where the country begins. So heading north out of New York City, once you get to Putnam County, you're on your way to get into the true upstate. So some of the most popular, obviously, are Breakneck Ridge in Cold Spring. Mount Taurus is another great hike. Breakneck overlooks the Hudson River. It's really phenomenal. But if you're not an experienced hiker, I would definitely recommend starting a little bit smaller and working yourself up. Frontstock State Park is wonderful. Canopus Lake is in there. It's a great place to go paddleboarding, kayaking. Speaking of kayaking, the Great Swamp in Patterson is awesome. You really feel like you're in kind of a tropical destination. It's more like the Everglades than it is Putnam County. And then there's the Putnam Trailway. So that's 13 miles of paved trail that runs from Brewster down through Mayapack, and it actually continues through Westchester County. It's a great place to cycle. It's a great place to walk, and it really is one of our fondest destinations.
Okay. Now, I know that, not to step on your sentence, but I just want to make sure we get this in there because another little find that not too many people know, there's actually skiing in Putnam County, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There actually is one downhill ski slope. That's at Thunder Ridge in Patterson. It's awesome. It's a really, really cool spot. And it's probably the closest skiing that you have to Manhattan. If you're heading north on the weekends, they do a shuttle from the Patterson train station. That's on the Metro North's Harlem line. And then also for the cross-country skiers, as I mentioned, Fawnstock State Park, there's also their winter park. They have a ton of groomed trails. It's really cool. They have a clubhouse. And in the wintertime, it's right off the Taconic State Parkway. It's super accessible, and it really gives people who are into cross-country skiing an opportunity to get out in the woods of Putnam County, but on some really nice, maintained, and groomed trails.
Awesome. All right. So fall is upon us, right? I mean, the leaves are just an inch away, right? So Putnam is a fantastic place to go to see that vibrant site. So tell us where we can go to really appreciate that.
All right, so everybody should know that the fall foliage really starts becoming pronounced in Putnam County around the middle of October. So in the middle of October, the colors really start to become vibrant. And then as we work ourselves into the beginning of November, that's when we really reach the peak foliage season here in Putnam. One of the best spots to check it out is if you were to go to Boscobel, in the backyard there, it overlooks Constitution Marsh. And the colors, the Hudson River, it's really, really super. As I mentioned before, Mount Taurus and Breakneck Ridge, that gives you a little bit of an aerial view. Another great spot on the other side of the county is actually the Tilly Foster Farm. It's 199 acres in the town of Southeast, and it actually just opened as the Tilly Foster Educational Institute. So that's something that the county is really, really excited about. There's going to be culinary programs partnering with the Putnam Westchester BOCES, and it's really on its way to becoming a premier destination in Putnam. That's an excellent spot. You can stop in, see the animals, check out all the work that's been done up there, and catch a glimpse of the foliage as you kind of look over the reservoir and some of the other properties.
Awesome. All right. So we're almost out of time, but before I let you go, is there anything that you want to add that we may have forgotten to talk about?
Okay, so right now, obviously, we're really fired up for the Fireball Run. Like I mentioned, that's going to be filming live in Putnam Friday, September 30th, starting around 2 in the afternoon, and then early morning Saturday, October 1st. It's going to be really, really fun. It's right there on Route 6N in Mayapack at the fork in the road, if you're familiar with that area. Like I said before, the Italian American Club's Evening at the Piazza is going to be in full effect Friday night. The Columbus Day Parade is Saturday. The Greater Mayapack Carmel Chamber of Commerce Street Fair is Saturday. So there's really, really a lot going on. It's going to be a great example of Putnam County pride and community. And you can always head over to our website, tourputnam.org, for more information. You can check out our calendar. And again, our Facebook page is accessible as well. That's facebook.com/Putnam County Tourism. And you can find us just by searching that name.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Frank. We want to have you back, and we want to watch the show. Where can we see Fireball Run? When is it going to air?
All right. So the way it works is that the production is about a year out. So previous seasons are available on Amazon Video. If you're a Prime member, you can actually get the 8th season complete right now. I've checked out the entire thing. It's a lot of fun, and that'll give you a really good idea of what's going to be going on in Putnam County with the show, and then some of the other destinations as well.
Okay, cool. All right. Thank you so much, and we want to have you back soon.
Thank you, Lisa. I would love it.
All right. Bye, Frank.
Have a good night.